Hey everyone, welcome to the show. So, I have news about the defamation lawsuit that Hasan Piker is either filing or at least he's considering filing. I talked about this on the live stream last Friday. For those who don't know, I do a live stream every Friday here on Raw News and Politics. My friend Alex from Devil's Advocate Productions joins me, and we just shoot the shit for 2 hours. We talk about all kinds of stuff going on in the news and share some fun stuff. But anyway, we talked about this last week. So if you have not seen that video, here's basically what's going down. Hasan Piker, who is a streamer, he's here on YouTube, but he's also over on Twitch. That's his biggest platform. And he was talking about suing Scott Jennings, the man with the most punchable face, who's always over on CNN, for lying about him. Well, now he's talking about maybe expanding this to Fox News. So take a look. Here's an article that they quoted him in. They interviewed Hasan for this article. And this was published, if you want to go look this up, this was in Status News Outlet. So Scott Jennings, for those who don't know, didn't see it in my live stream, Scott Jennings played a very edited clip of, or a series of clips. It was like a montage of Hasan Piker clips. And he said, quote, "Now Abdul El Sayed's best friend is out there calling for Black voters to be lynched. Beneath all the smiles and dancing videos, there's nothing but hate and violence in the heart of these communists." Okay, that one comment alone is enough to get him sued, because no, Hasan Piker did not call for Black people to be lynched. He would never say such a thing. What Scott Jennings doesn't get, and what, maybe even people on the left, or not maybe, I know that people on the left are not getting it, and I'm going to explain in a minute, is that Hasan is reading comments from his comment section as he is live streaming, as we do on the live stream here on Fridays. You read comments coming in from viewers. He is arguing with those viewers who are making these comments. So he's reading their comments, and then people are attributing it to him. So it would be like someone watching my live stream on Friday and saying, I really hate Hasan Piker. He should go kill himself or jump off a cliff. And then me reading it, I hate Hasan Piker, blah, 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 and then going, go to hell. And somebody going, wow, she just said she hates Hasan Piker and she told him to go to hell. That is not what's, so people are taking this completely out of context. I shared last week a video of an interview with him explaining that people come into his comment section all the time claiming to be a Black person who supports Trump. He rightfully lays into them because he doesn't give a shit what color you are, what nationality, what race, what religion. If you support Trump, he is against you. He's going to give you shit. Doesn't matter. So anyway, Scott Jennings is either lazy, inept, or both. So now, like I said, Hasan Piker is considering suing Fox News because of Harris Faulkner. So Harris Faulkner is, some of you, I'm sure you know, she is a host over at Fox News. And she didn't play these, edited clips, this montage of Hasan, but she referenced it on her show. And then she repeated the same lies that Scott Jennings said. So Piker told Status News Outlet that some are, cynically doing this, he thinks, just to win elections, just to, smear his good name, blah, blah, blah. But then he thinks others are just too stupid or too ignorant to know that it's BS. So he said people like Scott Jennings, he believes, are just uninformed. They don't understand new media platforms like Twitch. They don't understand how streamers are reading the comments and doing exactly what I just explained. So here's part of what he told them. He said, I don't think Scott Jennings knows that what Twitch is. I don't think he understands the format that I occupy, Piker said, adding that he suspects Jennings was simply handed the material by Republican political operatives looking to fold him into their midterm messaging. Wouldn't doubt it. Absolutely wouldn't doubt it. And like I said, Scott Jennings, too lazy to go do his own research, too inept, doesn't know that, these are not his comments. These are actually coming from inside the house, Scott. these are comments coming from Scott's side of the MAGA, or I guess the right is the MAGA party. So anyway, here's the thing. Here's why I want to cover this and why this is so important. So, and why I want you guys to understand. Number one, as I mentioned, I am seeing liberal podcasters who, and voters too, who are falling for these lies. These are lies that will only hurt the Democrats in the midterm. So, for example, the other day, I saw a couple of videos that were posted on the channel. It's called Tabitha Speaks Politics. Now, I like Tabitha. She is pretty much on the left. She votes for Democrats, but she is slamming Hasan Piker for rightfully calling for Democrats to defend him. That was her latest video. Tabitha is buying into these lies. Instead of doing research, instead of trying to figure it out herself and realizing that Hasan has been fighting for Black people, number one, fighting for their rights forever. And number two, that he would never say things like this, that he is just repeating the MAGA filth that's in his comment section. Instead of doing that, she's like, yeah, F him. I'm not helping him. My words, not hers. I'm paraphrasing. But she's like, yeah, too bad. We're not standing up for you. If she really wants Democrats to win in the midterms, she would. She would tell her audience to. So, she's just repeating what she's seeing and hearing out there and playing, by the way, the same exact edited defamatory clips that Scott Jennings played. So people on the left, you better beware, because if Scott Jennings gets wrapped up in this lawsuit, which it sounds like he's the main and intended target, and then he rolls in Fox News, of course, he's going to have to pull in left-wing people, because the court is going to go, okay, well, why aren't you suing them? They're saying the same things about you. They're playing the same clips. Why aren't you suing them? Anyway, here's the thing. I get that the lobotomized MAGA Kool-Aid cult is falling for this shit, but educated liberals? Seriously? Anyway, here's why Hasan will likely win this defamation case. So first you have to prove actual malice. And what actual malice means, and it's kind of a high bar, especially if you're a famous person, if you're a public person trying to sue someone, the person that you're suing has to have known or had reasonable suspicion, had reason to believe that what they're saying is false, and yet they said it anyway, or they did it anyway, or disseminated the information anyway. And then second, you have to show harm. You have to show that you were harmed by their lies. Well, Hasan explained to this Status News, he's had to change his entire life because of increased death threats. So the article said this, or actually, I don't think I have it, but basically, I'll just read you what they said. They said, meanwhile, for Piker, the fallout has moved off screen. The streamer told Status he has tightened security, cut back on travel, and scaled down public appearances amid what he described as a sharp increase in threats. I am getting inundated with death threats, so much more than ever before, he said, adding, it's nothing I haven't grown accustomed to. So, yeah, you grow accustomed to it, but you still worry, right? You still take precautions. You still maybe hire security or put up more cameras or what have you. So that's all it takes. I'm saying from what we've seen in the past, I don't know if you guys remember, but there was, I think he was a county clerk in Arizona, if I remember correctly, who refused to do what MAGA wanted, refused to do and bend to the will of Donald Trump. And this was a Republican, and he started getting all kinds of death threats. He and his family had to move. He had to put in all these cameras and stuff. And he won. He won his defamation suit. So it's nothing to laugh at. But I'm so glad that he is suing people, or that I think he's going to sue these people, because this shit needs to stop. Because the left, like I said, is picking it up and running with it, whether because they just don't know any better or because they also don't want progressive policies and they're ignorant about what the base actually wants. I don't know. But the only way to stop this is to show that, yeah, I have nothing to hide. You're wrong. And I'm going to prove it in court. And then you're going to pay for it. So good on Hasan. Happy that he's doing this. Anyway, guys, and if anybody knows him or knows anyone who knows him, I really want to try to get him on the show and talk to him about this myself. I reached out to him on Instagram. So hook me up, hook a sister up. All right, guys. Thank you all so much for watching and listening. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please donate if you can. Love you all. Take care. Talk with you soon.